Hello boys and girls, it's Mrs. Wood here. I wanted to share something with you guys today that will hopefully make it easier as we start our chapter on subtraction. First, I want to share something about myself with you guys that I don't think you know about me because I'm not sure if I told you or not. In my spare time, I like to do a hobby called embroidery. And what that is when you take thread, different color threads, and you write words or you make pictures. Some people do this by hand. They have a needle and they do this by hand. Well, I have a machine that I like to use to embroider things. My specialty is towels. What I like to do when I use my machine is I've got all of these different tools that I have to use in order to make my best product possible. And that all my tools fit in a toolbox. I had to get a toolbox for all of my tools, guys. In my toolbox, lots of scissors. I have to do lots of cutting on my thread. Got tape measures to measure things. Now, in order to make some awesome designs, I have to use all different kinds of thread, all different colors. I also, so much in there, I can't even close it. Got a lot of stuff inside of here, different little compartments, more scissors. Lots of little secret pouches that I keep things in. And one of my most important tools is the manual, because if something happens to my machine or if something goes on and I'm not really sure how to fix something, I have to always rely on my manual. So that's my toolbox that I have to use if I'm going to make the best product possible. Well, in math, we also need toolboxes. We need toolboxes for addition. We need some for subtraction and multiplication and division. Well, we just finished our chapter on addition. We are starting subtraction. So I'm going to start out by teaching you some cool tricks and some cool tools that you can have in your subtraction toolbox. Well, one of the most awesome tools that a mathematician can have is the ability to do something mentally. If you can do it mentally, I know that you're thinking about your hundreds, your tens, and your ones. You're understanding their relationship. You're understanding their value. So we're going to start out this chapter with subtracting mentally. If you will, you should have brought over here with you, you should have brought your paper, your workbook page that says subtracting mentally. Now I want you to listen carefully. So here's how we're going to do it. It says that it was a sunny, warm, 86-degree Fahrenheit day for outdoor games. What was the temperature when it dropped 17 degrees? So let's think about this first. We're going to start out with 86 degrees. The temperature is going to drop. I know I'm going to subtract because if something drops, I'm going to take it away. It dropped 17. We want to know what is the temperature now? That's my unknown. When I have an unknown in subtraction, it is called the difference. When I find the answer, I'm finding not the sum, that was addition. I'm finding the difference. So here is our plan to subtract mentally. I want you to break apart the 17. Break apart the 17. Here's what I want you to break it apart as. I want you to break it apart so that the numbers end in the same digit. So this number ends with the digit 6. Let's break 17 into 16 and 1 because 16 plus 1 equals 17. Now here's what we're going to do. It's easy now. 8 tens minus 1 10 is 7 tens. 6 ones minus 6 ones is 0 ones. But I'm not finished. That's why I didn't put it here in the box, because I'm not finished yet. Because I still need to take away one last thing. Can you guess what that is? Or actually not guess, do you know what it is? We're not going to guess in math. Yes, it is this 1. 17 was 16 and 1. I took away the 16. Now I got to take away the 1. 70 minus 1, 69. So our answer should be 69. Let's do another example. If I start, now sometimes I have one that's so easy that I don't have to do much work. If I start with 31 and I take away 11, remember we're trying to get a number here. We're trying to break it apart into a number that ends with the same digit as the number we started with. Sweet! It already ends with a 1. Sweet! So I don't have to do anything to it. Now I just use my knowledge of place value. 3 tens minus 1 10 is 2 tens. 1 1 minus 1 1, 0. Okay, let's do another example. Today, I went back into Banana Republic and I had $84 in my wallet. Got up to the counter and the young lady said, "That will be $37. I want to know how much money I had left when I left out of Banana Republic. Here's my strategy mentally. I'm thinking about 37. I'm going to break it apart. Not into 30 and 7. That won't help me. I'm going to break it apart and I'm going to make sure that one of my numbers here, one of my add-ins, is going to end in 4. I'm just going to make it 34. 34 plus what will give me 37? Huh? You're right, 3. 34 plus 3 gives me 37. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. 8 tens minus 3 tens is 5 tens. 4 ones minus 4 ones is 0 ones. But I'm not finished. That's why I didn't write the answer there. I don't want you guys to forget to take away the other part. When I'm taking away 37, I'm taking away 34, and I'm taking away 3. I broke it apart that way because when it ends with the same number, it's easy. So I need to take away the 3. Use your mental math to count back. 50, 40, 49, 48, 47. I had $47 left when I left Banana Republic today. Let's do another example. 103 minus 24. 103 minus 24. I need for one of my parts over here to end in 3. Let's make it 23 plus, what'd you say? Oh, 1, you're correct. 24 is 23 plus 1. Watch this. All right. I've got 110, 100. There are no hundreds here. So what I can do is I can look at this like 10, take away 2. 10 minus 2. That is 8 in the tens place. And then 3 ones minus 3 ones, 0 ones. But I don't need to forget to take away 1. And that will give me 79. Oh, you guys got it. So, let me kick it up into high gear and give you a bigger number. 871 minus 733. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 733. I want to make it end in a 1. So 733 is 731 plus 2. Easiest way that I know to do it. Now, of course, there are other ways, and I want to show you guys another way, but to me, this is the easiest way to keep the same number in the hundreds place, keep that same number in the tens place, and just make the number in the ones place the same, and then add whatever I have left to get back to that number. 8 hundreds minus 7 hundreds is 100. 7 tens minus 3 tens is 4 tens. 1 1 minus 1 1 is 0 ones. But I am not finished because I need to take away that 2. 733 is 731 plus 2. I've got to take away all of that. So I know that 40 minus 2 is 38. So 140 minus 2 is 138. I said I was going to show you a different way. Someone may have said, now this is a little harder. Someone may have said, okay, what if I do 733? What if I do 631 and then I do 102? Because if I add those together, that will give me 700. But see how hard that is? I had to really think about that. I think it's easier. We're trying to make the numbers in the same digit. I think it's easier just to say 731 and then add those two. I think that's much easier. All right, last example. 591. We are going to take away 322. In my mind, I'm wanting this number right here to end with the same number that one is. I'm going to break it into two parts. Breaking it apart. I'm going to make one of them 321. I'm going to make the other part 1. Because 321 plus 1 gives me 322. Now it's a piece of cake. 5 hundreds minus 3 hundreds is 2 hundreds. 9 tens minus 2 tens is 7 tens. 1 1 minus, sorry for that glare guys, 1 1 minus 1 1 is 0 ones. I'm not done because I need to make sure that I take away that 1. And that'll give me 269. I want to say this again and make sure people understand. I am saying that these two parts equal 322. I need to take away all of that. I know that's a plus sign, but I'm just reminding myself that these parts together make up that number. But when I take it away, I have to take away both parts. Okay, now we're going to do one kind of together, and I'm going to give you a chance to think through it. We're going to start with 264. We're going to take away 207. Now, you're thinking, I need to make one of these add-ins. I'm going to have two add-ins down here. One of them needs to end with a 4. So let's do it easy. 204 plus 3. Good. Now, here's what you're thinking. 2 hundredths minus 2 hundredths, 0. 6 tens minus 0 tens is 6 tens. That's the identity property that says that when I start with a number and take away 0, I end up with that number. So, or that's actually the addition property of identity, but it also holds true for subtraction. If I start with a number, take away 0 or add 0, I get that number. I'm kind of jumping the gun talking about properties. All right, and 4 ones minus 4 ones, 0 ones. But I'm not finished. Do you know what I need to do next? Right, I need to take away that 3 as well. I'm trying to take away all of 207. Took away the 204. I need to take away that 3. And that's going to give me 57. Now, here's what I want you to do. What I want you to do is, I want you to find your guided practice page. My page looks a little bit different than yours. Find your guided practice page. Guided practice. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you to work it out. So pause the video, press pause, and then I want you to work it out, and then I want you to check it with me. When you're done working it, I want you to press play again, and I'll be right here. Okay? Press pause now. Okay? So, you're back with me. Welcome back. You did guided practice, and number 1, we're going to mentally subtract 34 minus 18. So we're going to break apart the smaller number. We're going to break apart that number, and we're going to let it end with the same digit that the 34 ends with. Your book gives you some help. 18 is 14 plus 4. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take away the 14. 3 tens minus 1 10 is 2 tens. 4 ones minus 4 ones is 0 ones. Don't forget to take away the other part, guys. So if you put 20, you forgot to take away the other part. If you put 24, you added. We are going to take away everything. Even though there's that addition sign, take it all away. So if I start with 20 and I take away 4, your answer should have been 16. Did you get 16? Give yourself a pat on the back. If you didn't get 16, we're going to keep working. Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to find your independent practice page. It is page 135. And here is what I want you to do. I want you to do numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's it. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's it. Tomorrow, you'll watch me do a video on how to subtract mentally when you make a 10 or when you make a 100. Finding a friendly number. So after you're done with 3, 4, 5, and 6, that's it. And that's it. Alrighty. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you have an awesome tool to use when you are subtracting mentally. Put that tool in your tool belt.